Once upon a time there was a wise and kind king who wanted to be the best ruler he could be. He believed that if he always knew the right time to act, the right people to listen to, and the most important thing to do, he would never fail. That's why he always had 3 questions in his mind. 3 questions were: what is the most important time for anything, who is the most important person, and what is the most important thing to do. So he sent messengers across his kingdom seeking answers to these 3 important questions. Many wise men from across the country came forward with different answers. Some said the right time to do something should be calculated as per astrology, while others said the king should plan everything in advance that would make it the right time. Some believed the king himself was the most important person, while others said the king's advisors were the most important. Some believed the most important thing was war, while others believed it was religion. The king was left confused, unable to find an answer that truly satisfied him. The king decided to go in search of a wise man who could give him the right answers to his questions. Dressed in simple clothes, he set off with a few of his soldiers. As he was passing through a dense forest, he suddenly found a small hermitage and saw a monk digging the soil in front of it. The king left his guards behind and approached the monk's small hut. The monk was an old man, weak and frail, and was digging the ground, perhaps for planting crops or vegetables. The king approached him and asked him his 3 questions. But the monk remained silent and continued digging the soil. The king repeated his questions. But the monk still continued his task, paying no attention to the king, as if he wasn't even there. The king asked several times, but received no response. Then, seeing the monk struggling to dig the soil, the king decided to help. He took another spade and began digging alongside the monk. Hours passed and still the monk did not give any answers to the king's questions. Just then the king noticed a man running toward them. The man was clutching his stomach. He was badly wounded and bleeding. The king ran to help the man. He cleaned his wounds. And if you enjoyed this story, hit the subscribe button and tap the bell icon.